The first piece of domestic silverware is up for grabs this season as Manchester United face Newcastle United in the Carabao Cup final at Wembley on Sunday afternoon. Erik ten Hag is looking to win his first piece of silverware at the club, while United are looking to win their first trophy in nearly 6 years. Newcastle have not won a major trophy since 1955 and will be hoping to signal a new era of success with a victory today. United and Newcastle played out a goalless draw when they sides met at Old Trafford earlier in the season, and it could be another cagey game later today. In terms of early team news, Marcus Rashford has travelled down to London for the match but remains a doubt. Anthony Martial has been ruled out and Newcastle keeper Nick Pope is suspended. 12:40 Samuel Luckhurst the missing man. What's curious about United's 22-man squad is one outfield player is certain to be cut. Anthony Elanga's presence possibly hints at a fitness test for Marcus Rashford, or Elanga has travelled as a precaution. Looking at the depth of the United squad and Elanga's regression in the last year, many fans would expect him to be cut. And yet, for the purposes of balance, it may be more logical to have Elanga on the bench than an extra defender. United do not need an entirely different back four on the bench, and there is a logical argument to drop Harry Maguire altogether. Fellow centre-back Victor Lindelof is available, there is cover at right back and left back, and Luke Shaw can move to centre-back if absolutely necessary. Politically, Erik ten Hag could do without the hoo-ha of dropping the club captain from the squad for a cup final, and given Diogo Dalot can play at right back and left back, Tyrell Malacia cannot be assured of a squad berth. That would still be a killer for Malacia, who has been selected in all 39 matchday squads this term. 12:32 Key event United vs Newcastle betting odds. Man United vs Newcastle odds from Betfred, 18+, new UK customers only, TCs apply, odds subject to change. 12:25 Key event United squad vs Newcastle includes Rashford. Marcus Rashford has travelled with the Manchester United squad to London for the League Cup final against Newcastle on Sunday. Rashford sustained an apparent ankle injury in the second half of United's Europa League playoff win over Barcelona on Thursday night and was substituted in the 88th minute. 12:23 Samuel Luckhurst. A Wembley return. Between 1990 and 2011, United played at Wembley in a cup competition every year. The stadium was open in its old and current guise. It turned out their absence in 2012 was not an anomaly. This correspondent distinctly remembers, on the morning of the 2016 FA Cup semi-final, a neighbour singing, "Wembley, Wembley," ahead of setting off for the capital. It was charming to see a red, white and black bar scarf fluttering out of the window of one car on the M6 this morning. Trips to the National Stadium used to be taken for granted by United matchgoers, but not anymore. Today is their first domestic cup final in almost 5 years, and it is the first time United fans have supported their team at Wembley since Tottenham's tenancy in January 2019. The occasion today is amplified by the presence of thousands of Geordies scattered across London. They will argue that today is more meaningful to them. The game has a particularly fascinating edge given the silverware drought endured by both clubs, and there is a palpable feeling at United that glory days are around the corner. Some staff regard this game as the biggest of the week. Bearing in mind that United have just overcome Barcelona, Newcastle and the EFL have to take that as a compliment. Richard Fay. Welcome, hello and welcome to today's Carabao Cup final coverage.